Yo guys, just jumping in here to give the old Rhodiola Rosea just a bit of the love that it deserves. It's been in the store for a little while now, I think a bit over a month. I've nearly ticked through my whole canister, which considering how many supplements I'm testing all the time is pretty impressive when I go through one. It's because I love it. I'm turning this like nearly every single day. It just stacks alongside stimulants and just really anything so well. Yeah, massive fan, and yeah, just wanted to share a little bit about why this one was so important to me and why it really stood out as one that we needed to get into the store. Not only is Rhodiola Rosea awesome for the MAOI inhibition to kind of keep those catecholamines around longer, but also just the fact that Rhodiola Rosea is one of those herbs that is harder to get a hold of. It is mainly wild crafted or just wild harvested, so it is quite... they're still having issues farming it. It's to do with the fact that it takes like 5 years to mature, and I think no one's really committing to it, but also it's a high altitude plant, and so you need quite specific conditions. But the thing about it being one that is kind of harder to get is it's often, the quality is often faked, and they have a lot of adulterants in them. So there's a 2016 study I mentioned in the blog post. I also talk about this on the product page itself, so that I'll put this information everywhere for people to read to kind of get it out. But yeah, this 2016 study which looked at 40 supplements that are available on the wide consumer market, and over 80% were of a lesser quality than what they stated. And that's talking about like rosavins and salidrosides contents. Those are two components that the bioactive components that we measure the Rhodiola Rosea for, because that's where we get our benefits. So what we know is that a lot of the products on the market, at least from that sample, when they looked at 40 products, there isn't that many Rhodiola Rosea products out there. It's definitely becoming more popular, but at least from that batch, the significant portion are lesser quality than what they're advertising. There was even a couple, I think it was, that didn't even contain Rhodiola Rosea itself. They were believing it to be maybe another one of the family. That's quite common with these herbs, where they'll grab it, maybe another Rhodiola plant, but it's not Rhodiola Rosea. Or, yeah, it could be slipping in all sorts of things just to try and get the effect or be able to claim it's Rhodiola Rosea. Cool thing about this is that this is actually using the Nictium patented extract rhodiolite. That is great because that is a very managed system, start to finish. The company spend a lot of money getting controlled input output. It is also wild harvested, but they do testing all along the way. There's DNA testing, there's like heavy metals, microbes, the whole lot. So a really good company behind it working on all that testing. But the other epic part is the fact that Timim, the head honcho himself, he's quite open about all this. So he's actually shared with me the quality testing documents. I've looked over them, I've got full access to them, and he's quite happy to share that with absolutely everyone. So if you are interested to know exactly the statistics of the Rhodiola Rosea that is inside of this, then yeah, you can shoot me a message and I'm happy to share it, or you can jump over to Timim and he's happy to share it too. He wants to run it as a very open book formula. It's like extreme open book, showing all to that level, and I love that. That's exactly where I would love the industry to go more in that direction. But yeah, just because it has that quality assurance. So I love it because I know I'm actually getting Rhodiola Rosea, not a whole bunch of other random shit or stuff. Our other rhodiola types that don't quite meet the bioactive components of what they're saying. Remembering bioactive components is what you're going for. And in terms of the actual benefits of Rhodiola Rosea, you've got your MAO inhibition, so keeping your kind of dopamine, epinephrine, and norepinephrine hanging around longer. And I'd say that's probably the main factor to do with how it kind of gives more energy overall. And yeah, otherwise, yeah, it just feels good. This is a good supplement to research into, to look at, and I will chat more on it in the future. But this is just a quick note. Guys, check out the head honcho Rhodiola Rosea. It's good. Timim's doing epic stuff. I can't wait to see how head honcho keeps progressing, because they're just getting started. See, that's the thing, they're just getting started. So, yeah, good times in the future. Alright, catch you.